features two NBA stars in record-breaking form. The Lakers are finally beginning to look like a playoff team now they've reached a 500 record, thanks mainly to Kobe Bryant, whose sparkling form is MVP worthy. January's player of the month scored over 40 points for the 8th time this season on Saturday against Utah, but his most amazing achievement came last month when he made 12 shots from the three-point range against Seattle to break the NBA record for three-pointers in any one game. Not to be outdone in the East, Knicks guard Latrell Sprewell entered the record books himself earlier this week when he hit 100% of his shots by going 9 for 9 from behind the arc to beat the previous record by 1. Rumors are rife about a trade with the 32-year-old superstar. Spree has made it quite clear that he doesn't want to move, and after that performance, the Knicks organization will have to have second thoughts. When the Big Apple for the ultimate East-West clash as the New York Knicks play host to the LA Lakers at Madison Square Garden. Going into this game, the Knicks are out of a playoff pace right now, but they are only 2 games off pace with over 30 games left to play. It's worth noting with Sprewell in the starting lineup, the Knicks are 20-19. If they can maintain that pace, playoffs are a reality. Over in the West, the Lakers are on a 4-game streak and have won 10 of their last 13, but most importantly, they've reached the 500 benchmark. The pressure is on for the teams just above them for playoff positioning, and if they make it, who at the top really wants to face LA in the first round? Let's head over to Madison Square Garden in New York for tip-off and join our commentators, John Thompson, Danny Ainge, and Kevin Harlan.
Derek Fisher, Kobe Bryant, Rick Fox, Shaquille O'Neal, Sabaki Walker for Los Angeles, coming in 23 and 23. Howard Isley, Allan Houston, Latrell Sprewell, Kurt Thomas, Othella Harrington in the lineup starting tonight for Don Chaney's New York Knicks. John, you had Othella Harrington.
Well, absolutely, and again, he's a guy that's a hustle guy. Don Chaney praised the fact that he's a man that will play hard, he will be aggressive out here, but I think what is very important, Kevin, is the officiating crew, because the Knicks tend to be aggressive defensively, and if they let them play, I think that it'll be better for the Knicks.
And our crew tonight here in the Garden, Joey Crawford, one of the best in the business, Tom Washington, Jason Phillips. Look at Kobe Bryant, who, Danny, in the last 4 games has played about the best he has ever played in a 4-game span in his career.
Yeah, and he's doing everything. And I love what Phil Jackson did. You know, he usually waits till the playoffs. They run a play called bounders. They set up and set a pick for him in transition. They're starting to do that a lot more. He had to bring it out of the playbook in December this year because of their bad start. Kobe's playing unreal.
The New York Knicks have won 3 consecutive games at home. And the Los Angeles Lakers have won 3 straight on the road. Something's got to give. Here we go. Sprewell against Kobe Bryant. A wide open Kurt Thomas, who is having a career year. And there's Bryant taking it into the palms of Fox and down low to Shaquille O'Neal, the number 5 scorer in the NBA, and shooting 56% from the field this year.
Well, right away, that was too easy. He caught the ball too low. He turned in the middle without any help coming. The Knicks will be out of here in a hurry if they do that. They've got to come down on him, and they've got to stop him from getting it that easily.
And I can't imagine that's a game plan, Coach. I'm sure at the shoot-around they want to talk about, or they talked about doubling Shaq because Kurt Thomas is such an important part of their team. And, you know, Kurt gets that open jump shot. That's one part of this game that's excellent, is that little mid-range jump shot.
Nice defense by Kobe at the other end, launching it 2. Rebound by Kurt Thomas, who is on a TCU, and one of the most valuable New York Knicks, but the best players got the ball right now for New York. Latrell Sprewell for 2. Hits the shot clock, goes back to Los Angeles. 0 for 3, the Knicks have started the game.
And, Coach, you know, you said if they let him play, if they let Thomas and those guys play, but you know what? If they let Shaq play, then it's over for Kurt Thomas. So you're saying
crisis.
So you're saying if they let the Knicks play Shaq,
Here's Derek Fisher finding Sabaki Walker over Thomas, who gave him some breathing space inside.
Well, and that again, I mean, that's a bonus point. You got Sabaki Walker coming into the middle, Shaq comes into the middle too easily. The Knicks have got to defensively wise, a lot better to defend in the middle.
And you know, that's because with Shaq, they're going to double team Shaq on the block. They're going to double team Kobe whenever he has ISOs on the wing. Makes it tough.
Two-time All-Star Allan Houston, who leads this New York team in scoring, knocks it in. That's the first hit tonight for the Knicks.
When the Knicks guards are doing posting, Kevin, that's because the Lakers are pretty good defensively on the perimeter. But if you slide down and play in the post, a lot of perimeter guys aren't as comfortable guarding the post up first.
Here's Samaki Walker, who has been invaluable on that front line with a Kurt Thomas rebound. Thomas averaging about 8.5, 9 rebounds a game. He's already got 2 lassoed in this first quarter. And a New York foul. This is on Allan Houston. A $100 million man for the New York Knicks.
Well, right here, Houston, this is what they've started doing a lot more lately, is more running, less passing game, getting the ball down the post, and trying to create double teams. There's no double team comes. They don't want to leave the open three-point shot. The Lakers do not historically double team very much anywhere.
Ryan slashing inside, and he was fouled as he was cruising through the circle. Harrington was reaching in through his Howard Isley. And the foul goes on Isley, the much-traveled Howard Isley, for the first time.
You know, maybe the Knicks need to warm up a little bit, but really the middle is extremely open for penetration and for posting by the Lakers. They've got to definitely close that middle out.
Here's Shaq working on Thomas. Size advantage, obviously, for O'Neal, who just plays with Thomas inside the lane.
Hey, the guard ain't staying behind him, Danny. You can't just let him get that low and stay behind him. Shaq probably has to jump to score off that.
Right, and Shaq is shooting the outside shot, so to speak, for him. He's at the end of his range right there, and he's not being very aggressive. But coach, I've been watching the last 4 games, and they do not give Shaq this much room. I mean, Shaq in this game so far, the first 2 post possessions, he's getting the ball deep before the double teams even come. He just goes away from the double team. He's got to be feeling pretty excited right now. That's more room than he's had.
Rick Fox just picked up the foul.
Well, that's one of the things that they said earlier, that they're trying to force Shaq in the middle so the help would be there, but he's going into the middle and no help is there.
Here's Fox, who's picked up his game. In fact, we've seen Horry, Fox, Devin George, Derek Fisher all contribute more. The first miss by O'Neal and a rebound by Allan Houston.
The 3 guys came over that time to help on Shaquille O'Neal.
Quick pass by Sprewell, right down the lane to Bella Harrington.
Well, that's what he does effective at. And he's a guy that plays off of great players. He gets a lot of hustle, he will rebound, and he'll do the dirty work for a coach.
Lakers have gone 3 of 6 from the field to start the game. Kobe Bryant up to Fisher, over to Fox, picked up by Houston, a 3, good. That's the game's first 3-point attempt, and the first 3-point hit.
And that's huge for the Lakers. When you get Fisher, Fox, Horry, Devin George, Samaki Walker, all the role players starting to step up, I think that's the biggest difference in the Lakers' rally since December. First, Shaq is healthy, Kobe's playing unreal, but the role players are all doing their job too.
Houston Nielsen, Houston started the game 3 of 6 from the floor.
That's like giving Houston a layup, giving him that much space on the shot at that range.
It's a good one. Olympic gold medalist for the U.S. back in the 2000 season, averaging 21 points a game this year. The screen by Shaq. Knocked away. Sprewell's defense picked up by Thomas, and here comes Sprewell to Howard Isley. Another start for him. And a rebound by Samaki Walker.
Well, that's the next game. You know, the Lakers are the last in the league at defending the threes. New York's #1 at shooting the threes. They rely on that line out there. They got to knock some of those down in transition as well.
Knicks have a 1-rebound lead so far on Los Angeles. Here comes Isley for 3. This is, in the New York Knicks, the #1 3-point shooting team in the NBA, as Danny told you to open our broadcast. And here comes Kobe Bryant at the other end.
A lot of pick and rolls by both teams. Neither team doing very good. A lot of outside shots are open in this game. And like I said, Lakers are not good at it. Isley can keep you at the other end.
Knicks have never led. Lakers have led by as many as 5. They're up now by 2.
And we see Shaq right here. He's getting into the paint now. 2 dribbles. Here comes 3 guys. Not much help, though. They go in the wrong area. Samaki Walker's wide open on the offensive glass. Pick and roll defense right here, but they're so concerned with Shaq. Kobe had the shot. Good defense by Kurt Thomas.
Shaq has 4. Allan Houston has 4. Then will lead each team so far. Sprewell has started on 2 from the field. After having 38 Tuesday night. Sprewell for 3. And a rebound chased by Thomas. Lost and picked up by Fox, who will race the other way. a Laker turnover. Isley to the athletic Sprewell at the other end.
That's what the Lakers need to do. They need to, I'm sorry, that's what the Knicks need to do. They need to defend and get out quickly. You want to make Shaq use his feet as much as you possibly can, getting up and down the floor.
That's another Los Angeles turnover. Their third in the first quarter. Allan Houston. Bryant with the rebound. Kobe is averaging a career-high game, 28 points, a career-high 7 rebounds, a career-high 7 assists this year.
And he's shooting the ball so well. I mean, 12 three-pointers in one game just a couple weeks ago against Seattle. He's getting better in every element of the game.
Shaq was whacked inside by Kurt Thomas, who is a rugged player. He got it right in the bridge of the nose. Thomas picks up his first foul for the New York Knicks.
And that's important more than anything, is keeping Thomas out of foul trouble. And right here, where's the help? They've been helping him. They've had some success, a couple of turnovers right there. But I don't know what Kurt Thomas could do right there. Duck and cover.
No, I think the thing is interesting about Shaq is whether off the movement he can get some lift off of his feet right now. I still feel that he's having a lot of difficulty with that foot. And I spoke to him before the game and asked him how much did it hurt. And he said it hurts an awful lot.
Well, they still limit his practice time. He rarely practices with the team. The elevation sometimes isn't there. But then he talked with a couple players. They said at practice the other day, he got up and slammed one in hard and gave him some elevation.
Well, that's what I noticed about him, too, Coach, is he gets it going as the game goes along. I see him do things like get out and run the break and do some things defensively in the fourth quarter games that give you an indication that he's doing great. But he's always been a slow starter in games.
Fella Harrington, they ask him to play defense and rebound. If he scores, that's extra. And here comes Kobe Bryant. Good defense by Sprewell. Booker tries to clean up. Inside it's loose. Shaq has got it. And it's fouled again. They'll send him to the line.
Boy, that's an example of a shot that ordinarily he would power through those guys and make that. He did a great job of hustling and getting it, but he still can't get back to the basket with the force that he used to be able to get back with.
Now, Danny, Kurt Thomas has 2 fouls.
Well, that's a killer. We see Doliak coming in, but that was the fear that Don Chaney had in starting Kurt Thomas on Shaq, is the possibility of him getting early foul trouble. And Doliak is a bigger body and just as good of a spot-up shooter as is Kurt Thomas, but not the athlete, not the offensive rebound that Kurt Thomas is.
Shaq, who is shooting a career-high 60% from the free throw line, will be going to the All-Star game in Atlanta. Interestingly enough, he's got the career high in his free throw shooting, and now tonight he has gone 3 of 4, but he's got a field goal percentage of only 56%. That is his worst in the last 7 seasons in the league.
I think that's because he shoots a lot more shots from the perimeter, meaning the 12-foot, 10-foot fadeaways and jump hooks.
Allan Houston. Houston has started the game 3 of 4. He's got 6 points. That's the 10-year veteran out of Tennessee.
And if they're going to allow Allan Houston to play one-on-one that deep in the post, he's going to have a good night.
Kobe Bryant. Right top of the middle. Bryant with the patented shot has scored 4 and 2 of 3 from the field.
Well, a lot of confidence is flowing in. I think that's a key thing right now with the Lakers. They have to play with confidence and instead fear back in their opponent. This is an example of what I was talking about, the Knicks trying to post a lot. I think they respect the defense on the perimeter of the Lakers. Now, Kobe, I mean, he can do whatever he wants to do. Post, shoot, jump shots, move anywhere he wants to. He's got a ticket to go anywhere.
Fisher picked up a foul. Doliak is in there for Kurt Thomas, who's on the bench with a couple of fouls. Here goes Sprewell, whittling his way free. Knocking one in. He has started 2 of 5, and he's got 4.
Well, both players scoring off again, the pick-and-roll offense. And right there, another turnover. Good defense, taking the ball out of Kobe's hands, not allowing the penetration.
Lakers have 4 turnovers. One knocked away by Kobe Bryant. Climbing out of no place and swatted it away.
Well, that was a hell of a block, too, Kevin, because he blocked that coming down, not going up. He had gone up, and the dog thought he had it committed, but that just is an example of Kobe's reflex. He goes up. He's on his way down blocking that shot.
That's amazing.
That's a bad offensive play. You got to use the other side of the rim. You got to mix in a right hand every now
That's a
and
good
then.
offensive play. It's a great defensive play.
Sprewell. Harrington picked up by O'Neal. Shot clock showing 7. Oh, Harrington.
And that's a pretty good offensive play, too.
And John Thompson tossed through to Georgetown.
That's called the slippery eel. If you give it in that move at Georgetown?
Well, I told him he better not take that shot.
Oh, take credit for it, John. Take credit for it.
It's interesting because Shaquille O'Neal is guarding a fella Harrington now. That goal line.
Shaq has scored 9 points. He has a game-high 9 right now.
And that's because Abella is a low-post player. Doliak and Kurt Thomas are spot-up jump shooters. So, smart move by Phil, I believe.
There's another foul. That's an Abella Harrington. Chris, second one you have.
Well, Abella Harrington, according to his story, used to be a prolific scorer at Jackson, Mississippi High School until he was recruited to go to Georgetown. He said he bid his time for 2 years, and then the coach there recruited some short guy named Allan Iverson, changed the offense around. He said, I had to play defense or coach wouldn't play me. But he said that's what gave him his longevity and made him a player in the league that's been able to play without the ball and complement other people with his rebounding and defense. We'll be right back.
Don't forget to join us on Sunday when the best 24 players in the world will be showcasing their skills as they take part in the 2003 All-Star Game. That's the 2003 All-Star Game live from Atlanta. Tip-off in the U.S. is Sunday evening. Here in Britain, that's the early hours of the morning on Monday, the 10th of February at 1 a.m. on Sky Sports Extra. Let's get back to the action in New York, where the Knicks are playing host to the L.A. Lakers. We rejoin the action in the first quarter. The Lakers lead 18-17.
Here comes Kobe Bryant. Lakers have still not made a substitution. They're working inside, trying to get it to Shaq. Harrington digs it out. And here comes Isley. The New York Knicks, 47% shooting. What a try by Howard Isley.
And another pick and roll. He's got a foul on Fisher. He had a three-point on the pick and roll. That time he gets all the way to the rim. Poor Fisher, half the time he's out there on an island all by himself against the pick and rolls.
Lakers are shooting 54% from the floor. Shaq has a game-high 9. What a pass by O'Neal in to Samaki Walker.
Well, that's a mess up in defense. And Donald turned around and looked at Sprewell because he came over to try to double team on Shaq. I guess he wanted Sprewell to drop back. But they didn't back get his break because that's what Walker would be able to have a field day on if double teams off of Shaq.
We'll be going for it. Picks up a foul. They're calling on Kobe, and he's got his first of the night.
A good effort by Kobe. It looked like Kobe got tripped right there. But we see the pick and roll defense right here. Good screen coming down the court. No help. Fisher can't ever get in front of Isley. Isley's always been a good pick and roll player from his knowledge playing with Karl Malone and behind John Stockton in Utah.
And I think that also kind of reflects what is going on with Shaq's footwork right now. Because under normal circumstances, if someone came through the middle like that, Shaq would contest it a heck of a lot more than he did that one by Isley.
Smokey Walker will leave, and he came down wrong on his foot that last possession. They brought in Robert Horry. He has been playing some nice basketball for Phil Jackson's Lakers.
Well, it'll be interesting to see because, you know, that pass that he made to Samaki, that Shaq made to Samaki, has been there 2 or 3 times already in this game. That was the first time the Lakers recognized it. But quite honestly, Coach, they're not even guarding Samaki. Now Robert Horry, more of a perimeter guy. We'll see if he can make them pay for the double team.
Samaki Walker, in fact, is going back to the locker room again with another assist.
Now, that was a great pass.
Feeds Robert.
Was that a great pass or not? That was very nice.
But see, Shaq is anticipating that now. Early in the game, they double-teamed. They got away with it. Now he's anticipating the double-team off of the 4-man, and the 4-man's got 2 easy dunks. Very smart play by Shaq. He can't play the same defense against the Lakers time and time again.
John, who's the best passing big man you've ever seen?
I put Bill Walton right up there with most of what I've seen. You know, he's very good at it. And, you know, there have been several of them. But I'd say right now he's one of them that I would put right there.
Oh, I would agree with Coach. Walton was probably the best, but very close behind is D-Box and Sabonis. Those 2 guys, I think, are pretty close.
Tom Bornwinkle, the old Chicago Bulls, he wasn't bad either.
Oh, come on. They ran that high post bull offense. Okay, but, you know, another guy that is a really good passer, though, Shaq, is an excellent passer.
Well, Shaq is a very good passer. If you want to be effective as a post person, you've got to be able to pass the basketball because so much help comes from so many places. You almost play the point center position, make yourself a threat, and that's how you're able to get shots. pass. If you can't pass, you won't score in the middle long.
And that has a game-high 9 points right now, and the 6 points of Allan Houston leading the New York Knicks. Shaq also has a couple assists. That'll bring a smile to your coach's face.
Another post player who's become a good passer throughout the years and gotten better and better is Karl Malone, although he's a power forward. You can't classify him as a center.
Well, I think a lot of them can pass, but the very best of the passes is another issue. Because most people who score have to be able to pass it out of the post.
Rick Fox just picked up his second foul, thus Devin George comes off the bench. George, 4 years out of Augsburg. While a lot of these guys are going to head down to Atlanta for the All-Star game. Devin George is going back to his hometown of Minneapolis, to tiny Augsburg College. They're going to retire his number 40 in Division III school. Shaq with another rebound.
And an excellent time. That the defensive possession right there. The Lakers decided to double team Allan Houston. Kobe had him. They didn't think he could handle him one-on-one. Isaac was not able to convert.
Lakers +2 in rebounding. Robert Ory with his first offering tonight. Doliak grabs the rebound. Doliak is bounced around Orlando, Cleveland, free agent to the New York Knicks. He played with the Cleveland Cavaliers a season ago.
Ory will open up the middle for Shaq, and Danny indicated that Matt Harrington can't slip ball. He's got to go out and really respect his shot.
How about the outlet pass by Kobe Bryant at the other end, and Shaq was in waiting and fouled as he was going up.
Well, Isaac was trying to foul him before he could get the dunk, but Shaq's still going to go to the free throw line. But good play by Robert Ory. He had outside position, not inside. Good feed, long down court pass, perfect. And Isaac was trying to foul Shaq while the ball was in the air.
And you can't underestimate that pass. See, he threw that 94 that time, and that's an accurate pass. It looks basically simple, but sometimes simplicity is the best.
And Bryant gets the assist for Shaquille right there. O'Neal's got a game-high 11.
And that's what I'm always amazed that they don't run more of. The Shaq and Kobe pick and roll. You can't trap Kobe because they take a set so deep, and you can't rotate little people over to pick up Shaq. Very difficult to defend that two-man game.
George the rebound and the Doliak miss. Here comes Fisher back to Devin George. And Shaq, who has done it all in this first quarter against Doliak. And before that against Kurt Thomas.
See, by throwing that great pass the last time, Shaq makes the Knicks reluctant to come and help, and that'll get him baskets.
Devin George with the floater. Robert Ory vacuums it in. No shot clock, just the game clock. We're down to 17 seconds to play in the first quarter, and no fouls to give either way.
And you can see it takes 2 New York Knicks to box Shaq out. That's why Robert Ory was able to get that offensive board.
2, 4, 5, the whole team.
It's Devin George for 3. Robert Ory at the buzzer, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Shaquille O'Neal, 11 points in 12 minutes. A couple rebounds and a couple of sensational assists.